So I've been asked for a progress report on the building of the Reichstag diorama that I bought in. It was an ITALERI box set of the Battle for the Reichstag. I did a review of the box model kit. I did a review of the kits that I was going to use in the diorama, and then that channel was deleted by YouTube quite nicely for hate speech, even though it didn't exist. So I thought I'll do a video. I originally did this video this morning and uploaded it, but it was fairly crap. So this is the replacement video for it. If you've had a thing saying I've uploaded a video and gone and found no video, that's the reason why I deleted it. But interestingly, remember the guy who I mentioned on a few channels that built a Tamiya model of a German tank? Did a video, put it on YouTube, and YouTube deleted the video for hate speech. The guy apparently put the Erika World War II German marching song soundtrack to it. So you may think, well, you know, fair enough. He got it deleted because of the Erika soundtrack. But the thing is, as part of this platform's music playlist, they have German marching songs as part of their playlist. And the guy got the song from YouTube. He downloaded it from YouTube to use in his video. And then YouTube deleted his video because it had the soundtrack on it, and it associated the soundtrack and the model of the German tank as hate speech, like it did with some of my videos. Oh, it's hate speech, this. You can't have this, even though they were historical videos. So that's the reason why he got his video done. It does make you wonder about the sanity of this particular platform and the direction it's going in. I mean, this used to be the go-to platform for historical information, but now it doesn't seem to be that way. Anywho, rant over. I'd also like to take this opportunity to big thanks to fellow YouTuber and Militaria nut Jim Timber, who did a massive help to this channel by doing a shout out, which got a lot of his people to sub to this channel. I think the subs have increased by at least 20 odd people over the past few days since he did that shout out. So a massive thanks to Jim Timber for that. Anywho, this is the progress report. It's not finished yet. As you remember, the Reichstag building, as I got it, was constructed in 5 parts. Sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they eventually all went together. I've since roofed it with some copper foil, painted it over to give an impression of verdigris. Still not finished with the top section yet. That's the old Eschi cum now Italieri Opel Blitz ambulance painted up. That's I think some of the figures are Zvezda, as we mentioned from the old channel. That's the T-34 that came with the box set of Reichstag things. Those 3 vehicles, 1, 2, 3, are metal Del Prado or something like that. I can't remember the exact things. It's furnished with individual bits of rubble here and there. The old Steyr car I put into a sock and battered it with a hammer to flatten it a bit. There's various Zvezda, Italieri figures and accessories. I've still to do the telegraph poles, but it's progressing pretty well. The building itself, it's been painted up to a certain point to give the impression of the original 1933 burnt out building, where all the accessible areas have been bricked up. I used 00 gauge brick paper, placed it over, cut it and glued it in place. For the groundwork, the cobblestones, again, it's 00 gauge railway sheet of paper. The paving slabs, again, 00 gauge sheet of paper. There's a couple of resin shell holes because I didn't fancy digging into the base. There's a 3D printed building there because it looks good. Also with the kit, their box set, came an Italieri flak, but it didn't come with the carriages or the half track. So I bought an additional Airfix 88mm gun tractor just to get the gun tractor, which the gun tractor is yet to be finished. That's a work in progress, but eventually it's going to go there. And the suspension units for the gun are going to go there. I just thought I'd buy them in. And like I said, there's Zvezda figures that are yet to be painted. There's sandbags that are yet to be painted. It needs wires between the posts, maybe break a few posts. And it's got the Germans surrendering to the Russians in places. So the intention is to extend it above the top. There'll be German snipers and people running across the top. So I've yet to extend the damage up here when I get the decal, which has the slogan on it, in place. I haven't done that yet. So there's still quite a lot of stuff to do. And at some stage in the future, I'll hope to build some kind of acrylic cover case for it. So that's where I'm at. These were bagged rubble and little tiny bricks. And what I did was I put some PVA glue down first. Then I sprinkled the brickworks over it. When that dried, I went over the top again with PVA glue. That dried invisible. So all of these individual little bits and pieces are set in place, and none will kind of come off, hopefully. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm pretty satisfied with that. There's figures to add, and so I'm quite happy. So the idea is the Russians are coming in this way. So you've kind of got the River Spree coming around here somewhere, and you've got a bridge that comes over here. So the Russians are coming this way, and the Germans are kind of defending here and on the run that way. So although the Russians did capture it, it was an important building to capture, even though it wasn't really used since 1933, since it was set afire. The Reichstag was an important building because it was in the middle of Berlin, and the Germans basically built it into a massive defensive position. So the Russians had to take it. There was no other option. And the fighting, although they captured the building, it took an extra 3 days for the Russians to clear the Germans out of the cellars. And now it's an important building in Germany again. It's been rebuilt after the war. And the interesting thing is, if you ever go into the modern day Reichstag, under glass in protective cases, there's still some columns that have original Russian soldiers' graffiti on them. So the Germans have preserved that graffiti in places. So yeah, so that's the progress so far on the ITALERI Battle for the Reichstag set. Some bits I didn't use, like I said I wasn't going to use. Other additional bits I've bought in. The brown stuff was kind of model railway mud, already mixed in a little tub that I bought, rather than make my own. And you've got various brick dust, etc., which came in a bag, which was sprinkled over, as I say, PVA glue. And all that stuff there was positioned in the windows. And like I said, the brickwork in the window spaces are double O gauge model railway on paper. And I splattered the steer staff car. And around here, as we come around here, we look at what's an ITALERI model of the Opel Blitz. Used to be the old Esky model. And the Germans going towards it. Again, this half track, yes, it's got no tracks in it. That's a work in progress. But that's basically going to go there. I've yet to add the metal crew. I've put the gun in the firing position, like I said I was going to do. The gun's fired, and it's coming back to eject the case. There's a metal case in it now. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I started it in November, basically as soon as I got the box model kit in, and I did some progress videos on the old channel, but it's all long since gone now. And this is kind of, I did like the way the building went together fairly easily. It's a board building with laser cut, pre-cut laser panels, and in fact I like that so much I'm tempted to get the ITALERI Pegasus bridge set. I'd really like to have a go at that.